Welcome to Bangkok, Thailand. Here we are. We're going to talk about arthritis reversal. But it's not about reversing arthritis because this is really not a disease. Now, what you're going to look at, and I know my picture should be very clear. Okay, no, it's not. All joints in the body, you boil it down. You've got two bones coming together, surrounded by a joint capsule. And that joint capsule is filled with a superfiltrated blood called synovial fluid. And on the edges of these bones is going to be cartilage or meniscus, some kind of cushion. So all the joints are fluid filled. Now, let's say that you have, they're fluid filled. Where does the fluid come from? Oh, the blood. Now, if your blood is not healthy, or let's say there's physical, chemical, or emotional stress, the blood becomes thick. Now, how fast can blood go from crappy to good? 1 day. Cool, huh? Great job. That's only if you follow my advice. Unbelievable. Yeah, so it happens fast because the body is really smart. But when you have thick, unhealthy blood, it can't filter out into the joints. And then if you have a trauma, that causes all the muscles around a joint to tighten up. This is why if you have a trauma, you have less motion. Less motion, less fluid. Less fluid, the joint becomes unstable. And so the body, in its wisdom, is going to lengthen the surface area. It's literally the body is increasing the surface area to help stabilize it. Then you have muscles don't cross the joints. Tendons do. And around every tendon that crosses a joint, there's a sac full of fluid. It's called a bursa sac. It's filled with bursa fluid. So this fluid, again, comes from healthy blood. This is why people with thick blood, like diabetics, have diffuse joint pain because they can't filter out into the joints. So now this is called arthritis. Now, arth means joint, itis means inflammation. So when I say arthritis, that's joint inflammation in Latin. So doctors can sound really smart. Osteoarthritis is a non-inflammatory joint condition. So how do you reverse this? You reverse this by fixing the problem. You got to realign the joint. You've got to clean up the blood. You've got to create a negative pressure on here. This is why we do dangling or weight exercises. This is why this handout today is on shoulder joints. And now the shoulder joint, you cannot ever heal it unless you restore the natural curve. So every time that heads forward, the shoulders rotate in. You restore the curve. Not only does that help with brain function, but let's just look at all the joints in the body. Now, since most of us live in the most insane world ever, when you have this, is the body smart? Yes or yes? Does it give you a symptom of pain or discomfort? Yes or yes? We were taught 30 years ago that carpal tunnel syndrome, golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, shoulder rotator cuff problems, these are all called double crush injuries. They begin in the neck, lead to a dysfunction of the extremity. They don't teach that anymore. So now, if the joint is mobile, is this living or dead? Yep, it's alive. Now, this is a tough question because I've had this one orthopedic surgeon. I said, yeah, we just have to regenerate the discs. Regenerate discs? Yeah, okay. Doc, are they alive or dead? I never thought about that. So we create inflammation. That's how the body regenerates. We heal the blood. And you do that by taking enough vitamin C to get diarrhea. You clean out the blood. And that can happen very quickly, very quickly. And then your body can regenerate. Does that make sense? And so water is the best pain reliever because what do you do for joint pain? Hydrate it. All the joints in the body are hydrated. They're fluid filled. Collagen, fantastic, but make sure it's from healthy animals. It's fantastic. Omega-3s, fantastic for pain relief. Vitamin C, fantastic for pain relief. Okay, so this Let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. Then you're giving the body the right nutrients to get the blood healthy, and then you create inflammation or de-stress out the joint. Does that make sense? So arthritis is reversible. You just have to catch it in time to make sure that joint doesn't fuse. Now, how do you know if you have a problem? Have you ever been walking along and the leg just goes out? Yep. Because what happens is there's sensors on these joints, and the sensor will tell the brain, is the leg bent or straight? Well, it's bent, so it's going to tell the hamstrings to relax and the quadriceps to fire off, so you get a straight. Now it's sending a signal up to the brain to say the leg's straight, so I bent it. So you can get this type of motion really well. Well, if you have a joint dysfunction, the brain isn't getting clear signals. This is why in between every adjustment, we have people doing joint exercises, leg dangling exercises, everything to restore that brain's communication with the joint. And then we create inflammation at the joint. Does that make sense? Good. Any questions? Oh, what if you hear the cracking or popping sounds when you move the joint? What that is pressure building up and pressure releasing. And here's the trick. When I'm working on people, I'm moving joints that haven't moved in a long time. And we'll see arthritic changes on the spine. So when I first start moving them, very little popping. Yeah. The more we get motion, because that popping is pressure building up and then pressure releasing. Pressure building up, pressure releasing. And that's nitrogen gas because these joints have the superfiltrated blood called synovial fluid in there. So if it's under pressure, the nitrogen gas is released. And that's all it is. But the more that fills up with fluid, this is why we tell people, when you have bursitis, put heat on it. When you have joint pain, put heat on it. And if you put a hot cloth on my arm and take it away, what color is my arm? It's red, because the brain senses that difference in temperature and is increasing the blood flow to this area to equalize it. So if I put it on a joint, bam, that rushes more fluid to the area, increasing metabolism in the area, increasing the osteoblast and osteoclast. So we're regenerating the bone, the chondroblast, so we're regenerating the cartilage, and we're increasing the blood flow to increase the synovial fluid production. Any other questions? Oh, collagen. Yeah, collagen. The best is they scrape it from the inside of animal hides. Like in America, Great Lakes gelatin is good. Collagen from healthy animals is good. What my wife does, she'll cook chicken feet, or she'll rip up some meat out of one of the chickens and just throw all the bones in a pot and cook it to make bone broth. So bone broth is fantastic, fantastic. And this is why we put all that collagen, not only for us to have healthy, strong bones, teeth, nails, everything, but in our dogs. Okay, because the dog is the animal on our planet that has the highest rate of cancers. And that's because they're eating very toxic stuff and they're over-medicated. So collagen is essential. That's why I have it every day for lunch. Okay, any other questions? Kapun Krop, thank you very much.